fellow Gambians, citizens and residents of the Gambia. This is your brother Mustafa Sise. I'm here today to present to you a compatriot, fellow countryman, Halifa Sallah, vying for the National Assembly seat for Serekunda constituency. I present Halifa to you today not because you have not been seeing Halifa, not because you have not heard from him, or you have not seen his writing or seen him in public, but I present Halifa to you on the basis of my knowledge of Halifa and his ability and competence and his integrity and his willingness to sacrifice everything for your interest as a Gambian, for the purpose of your liberty, prosperity, and dignity, for yourself and your family and children. Fellow Gambians, we may want to find out who is Halifa Sallah. We all know he is a landed person, a humble person who, unlike many, graduated from the United States of America here, a sociologist by profession, by training, but chose to go back to the Gambia to serve you people, the Gambians. He could have done like any other person. He could have taken up any position in the international arena. In foreign countries, he could have settled there. But he chose to live humbly with you, to serve you all his life. You might know that he used to work with the Social Welfare Department during the early 80s, before he discovered that the only way he can truly serve this country is by resigning from his government job and establish his own party, the PDOIS DOI. Halifa and his colleagues understood that the Gambian politicians have no interest in free you Gambian citizens, in making you enlightened in order for you to charter your own path to your own destiny. Therefore, they chose to leave you in ignorance in order to be political tools that they can use you as much as they want. This led them to establish their own newspaper called Foroya newspaper. I, like thousands, tens of thousands like me, during our days in high school, used to depend on such newspapers to know how our country was being governed. Many will bear with me that whoever went to high school or secondary school in the Greater Banjul area used to benefit immensely from the Foroya newspaper. Until today, it's one of the most viable newspapers in the country that is reliable internationally. They didn't stop there. They have gone the extra mile of establishing schools out of their own resources, the Nyakoi education system. These are done free of charge to the public. Why do they do that? They did it in order to enlighten you Gambian people and our children for a better tomorrow, so that we can charter our own path to liberty, prosperity, and dignity. Halifa is the only person who has suffered most, or at least he's among the few, very, very few people who have suffered the most in the hands of this brutal dictatorship that, thank God, we were able to evict in our country. July 1994, when everybody were hiding under their beds, it was Halifa and Sidia Jatta who took the Foroya newspaper and go and sell it on the streets. When the junta said they were going to ban political activities, they were arrested, taken to police headquarters, detained and Mile 2, taken to court. They defended themselves out. Several other times, including 2005 October, they were arrested. I was at the police headquarters. I knew everything about it. He was arrested along with O.J. Jallow, Ahmad Ba, and accused of subversion, of giving information to a foreign government. They were detained at Mile 2. Where were the people who are today claiming to be your heroes? Did they get up to defend them? 2000, when 14 students were brutally massacred by this junta. Where was everybody? It was only Halifa who got up. It was Halifa who got up and wrote. After speaking, they didn't listen to him. He wrote the Commission of Inquiry into the public disturbances of April 10, 11, 2000. Anybody can go and check its final report. It incorporated the writings, advices, and the warnings of Halifa Sallah. Where were the others? 2005, 2004, when Dada Hydra was gone down, Mustafa Sise, was the police officer who went into the vehicle to remove Dada Hydra's body. I escorted Dada Hydra's body to the mortuary in RVH. 1 year down the line, when the government refused to investigate it, it was Halifa Sallah who, together with veteran journalists like Babukar Gay, Swaibu Konate, Pap Sen, among others, led the Gambian Press Union to go on a demonstration to ask for resolution of Dada Hydra's case. Where were the others? 2009, when former President Jammeh talked bad about Dada Hydra, the journalists, including newspapers, including Foroya, The Point newspaper, etc., responded by writing. They were arrested. Sam Sarr was arrested. Pap Sen was arrested. Sarata Jabi was arrested, among others. They were detained at NIA. It was Halifa who went there and forced the NIA to get him out. He was also arrested and detained for days. Where were everybody else? Where were everybody else? 2009, when when the witch doctors, Yajame brought in witch doctors to come and humiliate our people, our elders, parents, grandparents, chiefs, alcalos, imams, etc. No problem, thank you. Excuse me for that. Which politician in the entire country got up to defend the citizens? I, Mustafa Sise, had my fight with them that led me to resign from the Gambia Police Force when they demoted me and transferred me to Fatoto for refusing to swear to Yaya Jammeh's shrine and to drink his hallucinating concoctions. I said upon my dead body that I will swear to a shrine for any human being. While I was undergoing punishment at Fatoto, Halifa Sallah was fighting for these people. More than 1,000 people, including old women and children, have suffered. They were given hallucinating drugs. Nobody knows how many people died in that. It was Halifa Sallah who got up. Old women were raped by the July 22nd boys at Baba Job's compound and somewhere in Kanilai. A lot of people have died as a result of medical implications from that concussion. It was Halifa Sallah who got up. He was arrested, detained in Mile 2 and sent to court. What did they give? What conditions did they put as his bail condition? A retired Inspector General of Police and a retired Brigadier General and a retired Alcalo. Everybody knows that has never happened in the Gambian history. There has never been a retired Alcalo. Alcalos never retire. Inspector Generals never retire. There was only one Brigadier General in the entire Gambian history. How was this going to be available? It was Halifa who fought for our people.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. It was Halifa who fought for our people. Where is everybody else? That same Halifa Sallah is the one thanks to whom this coalition was able to be established. We know who had been the stumbling block all these years. 2006, 2011, until this year. We, together with Halifa Sallah, invested our money to make this coalition a possibility. When everybody was saying we should not go to elections, it was we who were fighting to go to elections and empower the people to make the change. It was we who did it. Those who are taking ownership of the coalition today were calling for a no election because somebody was in detention. Let us call a spade a spade. Had we not gone to election and empowered the Gambian people that they can do it, and the Gambian people have done something that nobody else has done in this history of the world. No country was ever able to remove a dictator through elections, especially after 22 years of self-entrenchment. It was thanks to Halifa Sallah. It was thanks to Halifa Sallah. The mobile force said it on the day of the convention, that had it not been for Halifa Sallah, there was never going to be a convention, and there was never going to be Adama Barrow. Adama knows, we know, that he is a president today thanks to Halifa Sallah. How then will Halifa get up and try to undermine that government? When things fall apart on the 9th of December, when Jammeh got up and said he was annulling the election, it was Halifa Sallah who came to the forefront. Where was everybody else? When the country was surrounded with arms and ammunition, machineries in the country, people buying machetes, getting ready for a war and a civil war, civil chaos, a massacre. Nobody could predict what was going to happen. It was Halifa Sallah. When others were hiding, When Barrow was removed from the country and taken to Dakar for a safe haven, it was Halifa who was left to face it. Let us call a spade a spade. Let us ask President Barrow what position he gave Halifa that he refused to take. You saying Halifa refused to take positions, what position are you aware of that he was issued, he was offered? If Halifa says he wants to go to the National Assembly, that is where he feels he can operate better by establishing decent laws. When others were scared, Barrow was moved out of the country for contingency purposes. It was Halifa Sallah who was dealing with the rebel leader Yahya Jammeh. When mediators were flowing in and out of the country, it was Halifa Sallah.
Sir, good evening. Code blue on the 32.
It was Halifa Sallah. If Halifa says he wants to go to the National Assembly, what is the big wahala about that? He wants to go to the National Assembly to prevent bad laws from to install proper laws that will be there for our children and our children's children. To establish proper accountability and democratic principles that everybody can be proud of our country. I have served as a police officer at Serekunda Police Station. I know Halifa's compound in Serekunda, just behind the Serekunda Health Center and the Sandika. Halifa allows vendors to sell at his gate. He could not even take his vehicle inside. His gate is almost blocked 24 hours by vendors. Not a single person had ever heard him say anything. He supports Serekunda market women. Everybody. Those who are saying Halifa does not have a wife, it is a lie. I, Mustafa Sisi, know Halifa's wife. I have seen her not once, not twice, not 3 times. Those who are saying Halifa is not a Muslim, it is a lie. I have seen Halifa praying not once, not twice, not 3 times. Let us try to be just. Let us try to be just. Give the devil its due. Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Let us vote for Halifa. If you cannot vote, support him with your dime, with your cents, with your dollars and bututs. You are not going to regret it. If we do not have Halifa Sallah in the National Assembly, Barrow is not going to be a tyrant, but before few small time, we are going to have another Yahya Jammeh in the country. To avoid a Yahya Jammeh coming over again, the best thing is put people like Halifa in the National Assembly to serve as checks and balances. This is my message to you, people of Serekunda, people of the Gambia, friends of the Gambia. Support Halifa Sallah for the betterment of the Gambia, our children and our children's children, for our liberty, prosperity and dignity. Thank you. This is your brother Mustafa Sise.